gamers? Welcome to my channel. My name is Arbind, also known as Arbdog, A-R-B-D-O-G. Before we get started, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and then comment before even having seen this video. The video that I have for you guys today is super relevant to kind of what's going on right now, or let's pretend it is. Let me find an excuse to make it relevant. Right now, we're in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. You know, people are socially isolating. People are getting laid off. They're not having to go to work. They're working remotely. And I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of got me thinking, you know, what do I do in this time? And I've been thinking a lot about gaming. I was kind of sneaking in a little bit of Stardew Valley because that's an easy one when I have a bunch of other things to be doing. And then I thought, well, hey, what's a game that I know a lot about that I can share with you guys? And that game is Sims. The Sims 1, 2, 3, 4, you name it. Essentially, The Sims is a game that can waste all of your time. So if you have nothing to do and you are bored, then get The Sims and play it. And right now, actually, Origin is having a bundle sale. So they are bundling expansion packs with the regular game for a cheaper price. And little fun fact, Origin sometimes has like massive sales on The Sims, sometimes 50% off, and then sometimes free. Sometimes you can just download it for free, so you don't have to. Now, this is not a tutorial video. I'm not going to show you how to play The Sims. I'm just going to show you some things that you can do on The Sims. If you're wondering, you know, is this game right for me? Is it going to consume enough of my time? Well, let me tell you. So the first thing that you might find interesting to do on The Sims is create a sim. Now, a sim is just the person or avatar that you can play as. And you can make them look different in a variety of ways. So I would just recreate myself, and then I would start the gameplay, but I'd get bored of that and then just go and make another family with myself again. Or if my sim would like grow up and pass away, then I would just come back and make another one of myself. And then I would make other Sims in the community, because that was just the fun part for me, is just making and creating people, choosing outfits, you know, doing that sort of thing. So I'm gonna apologize right off the bat for this screen capture. It is way more laggy than I expected. So bear with me till I become better at this whole YouTube gig. So first we have our create a sim screen here. And as you can see, you can change the age of the person. It goes toddler, child, teenager, young adult, adult, and then senior. And you can pick the way they walk, and it shows you, and you can pick the way that they talk as well. And then you can also choose their gender, and if you don't fit into the two main genders, male and female, it actually gives you an opportunity in this game to pick certain settings to make it more specific to how you identify, which I think is super cool. All right, and you can also pick your Sim's personality. So here you'll see that you can pick certain traits, and then in kind of this top left area where you see that golden city hall, that would be your Sim's aspiration that you choose. These personality things will determine how your Sim acts around others and also what that Sim wants. You can also choose your outfits and your hair and change everything about the Sim. You can change body shape and size, which is cool. You can pick their clothing. As you can see, you know, there's a lot of different options: shirts, full body clothing, pants, shoes, accessories. And then it gives you like more specifications inwards, and you can change the color of these outfits as well, but they only have preset colors, which is boring. Okay, so there you go. I've created my Sim. This also gives you a better idea of some of the hairstyles and clothing choices you can put on your Sim. Okay, so the second thing you can do is create your dream life. Now, this is something that I used to do a lot when I first started playing. Like, I would make myself, and then I would either recreate like my family or a Sim for me to get married to. Like maybe it was somebody I had a crush on at the time, and I just made a sim version of them, and then we got married in this game, because my real life wasn't fulfilling enough. The third thing is creating a house. Now, in any sim game, your player or your sim has to move into a home or into a lot. I guess you don't have to build a home for them. They could just live on the grass, but they won't live very long. So you can create a house, or you can move them into a pre-existing house and just like buy the furniture and decor yourself. There are even some houses that have furniture already placed inside of it, so you have to do literally zero work. And then with this one, like, there's a fun challenge you can do. I started finding that I would get really like frustrated with the types of houses that I was building because they just didn't look realistic, or they were so like big and sparse that it looked strange when you put furniture in them. So as I got older, I realized I wanted to like make it more realistic. So one challenge is to make like the most realistic and affordable house that you can. In The Sims, you have money, and you start with only a certain amount. So technically, you can only afford to have a certain size of house and a certain amount of furniture if you're not using cheats. Now there are cheats. I'll just throw them out here. If you hit Control Shift C. Yeah, Control Shift C. It pops up a bar in which you can write either kaching, Kaching, which gives you 1,000 simoleons, or you can write motherlode, Motherlode, which gives you 50,000 simoleons, I'm pretty sure, in Sims 4. And so most people, I think, play using the cheats and using, those two specifically to get more money. But a challenge is to see what you can afford and how you can live on the money that you start with. So that's fun. Another challenge in creating a house that I did and that I had a lot of fun with was tiny houses. Building tiny houses on like the smallest lot you can find, and still making it livable and realistic and nice, like making it a house that somebody would actually want to live in despite it being tiny. So on the bottom left corner, you'll notice 4 images. The first one is a house, which is your build mode. So that's where you construct your house. The second one underneath it is a chair inside of a box or inside of a square. And that is when you want to find your furniture, but you want it to be sorted by which room you would typically find it in. The third one is a single chair, and that would be sorting your furniture by what it's used for. So you can sort it by seating, for example, and it would show you all your chairs and couches. And then the very last one is an actual like cardboard box, and that is your inventory. So if your sim lived somewhere else prior or had collected objects throughout the game, then they would be found inside this box. You can also click here where it shows kind of a living room, and that actually gives you an option to place pre-made rooms into your house so that you don't have to do very much work. Here you'll see I've just built some walls. We have 2 rooms here, and I'm on the screen right now to give the house a foundation, so it gives your house a bit of a lift and it can add some style to the house as well. So this is after I've added the foundation, I've added walls, I've added a floor, and I've added windows. I think I also added some wallpaper. And then I added a deck as well using the deck function, and I added railing. And this is going to be the entrance of the house. So by this point, I've added another couple of rooms. We have what's going to be a bedroom on the one side, and then a smaller room to be the bathroom. And as you can see, I've changed up the wallpaper or wall paint, and I've also added a pool, which you can do by using the pool function. So this is kind of the side of the house, but it's where the front door is. And yeah, I put a little plant there, put some windows on there. You can choose the siding, you can choose the color of the roof. I put a door on my little porch patio thing. And here's just another view of the house. The fourth thing that you can do is actually play the game. There's like tons of things you can do in The Sims. You can just kind of like live your life, you can get a job, you can build relationships, get married, have kids, that sort of thing. You can interact with these Sims in different ways. So you can teach your kids certain things, you can read to them, you can do whatever. You can interact with objects, like you can cook food, you can learn new recipes, that sort of thing, especially in the newer games. And you can go fishing, go jogging, do a bunch of hobbies, go swimming, practice guitar, practice violin, practice painting. In the newer games, it's really cool when you do practice at painting. Once you finish the painting, you can take it off of there and put it up on your wall or sell it, which is really cool. You can also try and focus on your job. So challenge alert here again. There are some things that you can try and like make a focus for your sim if you want. So most sims come with aspirations. You have to choose their aspiration. So if your aspiration is family, then maybe your sim wants to have 10 grandkids, at the end of the day, or at the end of its life, it wants to have 10 grandkids. So that would be something for you to focus on, is building relationships, getting married, having kids, having those kids grow up, and having kids of their own, that sort of thing. Or your aspiration can be work, like your job, and maybe your aspiration is more related to succeeding in the entertainment job sector. I believe in the basic Sims 4 package, the 2 jobs in that category are comedy or music. So yeah, like maybe your sim wants to reach the top of the comedy career. So what you'll have to like practice writing jokes, go to work on time. I don't know. What else does it take to be a comedian? Nothing. Also, the newer games do have points that are awarded to you for every aspiration or want that you accomplish. And with those points, you can actually buy these like special items that aren't available in the game otherwise, that usually benefit your sim. Okay, so we'll go into playing the game here. It's a little loading screen. It gives you tips. All right, so this is my child who is not doing great. So you can click here and it shows you their mood and their needs. So my child has to go to the washroom, is not having fun, and needs to be bathed. So we'll click on myself here. And your needs are something that you're going to have to fulfill for your sim. Otherwise, for example, if they're not having enough fun, then they're not going to want to practice their hobbies or practice for work. And if they're too tired, they might fall asleep in the middle of doing something else. So you really do need to take care of those needs. And also, if your child's needs are constantly low, they can actually get taken away by social services. So I should probably do something about my child. Okay, by this point, I have picked up my child and am now going to potty train him and then probably give him a bath. So those are some things that you can do. I'm going to be limited in how much I can show you guys right now until I figure out how to use the program a little bit better. So if I do any more Sims videos in the future, hopefully I'll have some better videos for you. Or, there are tons of videos about The Sims on YouTube already, so you can go check those out. Now, the last thing, number 5, is probably like the thing I started doing at the beginning, and I think like every person goes through this stage, and I don't know why, because it's completely evil, but you can sabotage your sim. You can do tons of things to do this. You can get them in a relationship and then make them cheat on a person, or get caught cheating, or catch their spouse cheating or something. Or you can put them in a pool and take away the ladder, and then they get tired and drown. Or you can put them in a kitchen and make them set their food on fire by leaving it on the stove and taking away all the doors so that they perish in a fire. Oh, and make sure that there's no fire alarm. Although even if you had a fire alarm, if you just took away the doors, then the firefighters couldn't get in. So yeah, tons of ways to sabotage / end your sim's life. And then you can just reload the game without saving it, and your sim will be back to normal, and you can continue sabotaging its life in other ways. So yeah, there you have it. Those are 5 things that you can do on The Sims. And if you think, hey, this is the game for me, I love sabotaging other people or my own self, then maybe you should get The Sims. So, you know, head on to Origin or whatever method you want to acquire this game in and go get it and play it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this channel if you liked what you saw. And hey, I was talking a lot about Sims 4 here, but if you want me to pull out my Sims 1, 2, and 3, then I'll do that and I'll play them, because those are throwbacks and a half. Also, your child couldn't grow up past a child in Sims 1, so that was always fun. And if you'd like to see me do a video on the expansion packs, you know, if you already have The Sims and you're wondering which expansion pack you should get, I can talk to you about that as well. So feel free to, again, comment below what you want to see. Make sure you like this video, and